I say substantially more powerful. I don't remember how powerful, but it was quite useful. A refugee's quandary. Once I get my tools, I'm out of here. Huzzah! You found them. Get ready, women of Nummergan. Here comes Felix. Now, which road takes me out of here? Oh, I wish him good luck. By God, horseman, shut up. Hopefully that did the trick. Anvilmar will be safe. Christ, he's laughing over himself. Hopefully that did the trick. Anvilmar will be safe from the trolls for the time being. Now to find out what is, it is that has been agitating the troll. That has the troll so agitated. Christ. Learn to read me. Interesting. From what you're saying, it sounds like a fire elemental might have snuck in from Searing Gorge, or the earthquake opened up a crack to the elemental plane. Soren laughs uncomfortably. Either way, this is bad news. You should probably report this to Grillin. Probably from a fire elemental snuck in from the Searing Gorge, rather than an earthquake cracking open a rift to another plane of existence.
Safe travels.
The Maelstrom is a different kettle of fish altogether. Also, I swore the Maelstrom was more centered. But whatever. Maelstrom is a different kettle of fish altogether. That was... I swear the Maelstrom was where the Well of Eternity used to be. So, that's a different kettle of fish entirely.
What can I do for you?
Soren did well to send you out on recon. That's some good information to have right there. Trouble is, this just adds more work for us to do. The trolls, confused as they are right now, would still would like to kick the dwarves right out of Coldridge. I'm certainly not going to let some fiery demon turn our snowy valley into a mountain lake. The troll leader, his servants, and the fire creature should all be in the cave to the southeast. Take them all out. And Grinier the Cold, leader of the local Frostmanes. I remember in the Legion pre-patch, the Frostmanes sided with the demons. Though to be honest, I'm not sure if it was more of a willing siding and more of just demons mind controlling them. Because the demons in question were Dreadlords, and Dreadlords can mind control the shit out of people. So I think that was just what was going on there. Sorry, I just had to take a drink. So, anyway. So, these look a bit taller. Still low level. Well, sorry, not still low level. Well, they are, but still neutral. So I can just like da 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 da. Well, yeah. Now these are more full-sized. They're not bite-sized. They're fun-sized, like the little ones out here. My weapon be thirsty. No, go get a Sprite. There we go. Ooh, he did actually manage to poison me. And do some damage, though my regen is actually completely negating it. So, well done. So, anyway. What was this called? Poison Blade. Alright. So these all have the title of Gricknir's Servant. Ow. He shanked me before I could get smite off. Not that it's really that big of a threat, but still. Bit of a nuisance. It's also kind of annoying that smite doesn't give you with a buff, so you know actually how much damage the enemy can do that will be absorbed and stuff like that. You just have to presume, which I don't know, doesn't seem right to me. By presume, it's just like, here I'll do 45 damage and the enemy's next 45 will be absorbed. You just have to presume the enemy hasn't done 45 damage rather than like, any way of counting it. Keeping track of it, as far as I've checked. What's breaking my line of sight? That small little lip. Okay, he's just not in the line of sight. Full stop. Bizarre. That's likely a glitch, I'd say. What? The Frostmane spoke in Zandali? Zandali? Okay. This is back in Cataclysm, where later on in Cataclysm the Zandalari reappeared as enemies. They were actually a neutral faction that wanted to stop the people in Zul'Aman from summoning in Hakar, the Blood God. But then, after their own island nearly sunk, they took to trying to build a troll empire. So they worked with trolls in Zul'Aman, Zul'Grub, that's it. Sorry, they were trying to stop the ones in... One sec, trying not to sneeze. They worked with the ones in Zul'Grub, down in Stranglethorn Vale. Down here is... Oh, that is strange how I even have this. But anyway, they were working with the ones in Zul'Grub. Well, sorry, originally they were trying to stop the ones in Zul'Grub, their base being over here, if memory serves. Then they ended up working with them and the ones up here in Zul'Aman to start a troll empire. Because like their own island was destroyed, so they're just trying to find their own place to, you know, like establish a new place for them to live by being incredibly evil. They also turned up a fair bit in Miss Pandaria. You could find different Zandalari trolls wandering around here. Be they single guys or people on dinosaurs. You could also find them up here in Isle of the Giants.
My flames have died, left not a
Oh, and there's the hostile fire elemental.
send you myself to the lifeless dark.
Okay, so now I just have to kill him and the elemental. First the fire, and now the dwarf. You gonna die. What's this? Frostmane's strength increased by 5. Good for you. Still does piss on. Hit you, do that, do this. Christ, I'm still actually being able to channel the spells before the cooldown is actually done. Like the global cooldown. Huh.
For my blood to spill, yet to
Interesting. I didn't think I could.
prepare yourselves.
I could... Oh god, they've summoned him yet again. Bloody hell. I just hope I can be heard over him. Because I'm just going to keep on talking. Like, bloody hell, man. It's 1. I think I'm going to have to stop recording soon. So, yeah. Like I said, I didn't have really much time to record today. I'll be able to record some more later. So, yeah. So let's go turn this in. Oh, also ice and fire. Of course, all I can think of is A Song of Ice and Fire. You know, Game of Thrones. Yeah. Well, that's the name of the book series. A Song of Ice and Fire. Game of Thrones is the first book in the series. Tried to read it before, didn't get into it. Someone, not naming names, wouldn't stop talking. We're on a car ride, would not stop talking. I would open the book, they would start talking. I'll close it. We'd have a bit of a conversation. It would end, I would open the book, they would start talking again. This will keep happening, and then I see like Daenerys being sexually assaulted, like a nipple being groped by her brother, and it's just like, you know what, or that's how it seemed to be what was going on. Really, I think he was just trying to, like, pain around a, you know, sensitive body part. I'm not entirely sure. I never got to read that properly, because I had someone yakking in my ear. But I've been mainly listening to podcasts, like Radio Westeros, and recently I've started listening to, and that was the one I was bitching about before, which I haven't listened to in quite a while actually. I've actually started listening to History of Westeros. I think that's what it's called. They had one on the Great Empire of the Dawn, and it's really interesting because before their thing, I never heard of this, you know, thing within the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. So it's very interesting. I did like their part where they're trying to talk about trying to work out the age of like how like it's hard to date the wall, as into like oh, this is 200 years old, blah blah blah. But due to the sound, it's just like, yes, the wall is terrible and bad. And that was actually one of the jokes they made, and it's, you know, they were also talking about like the style of it. It's, you know, it's ice. There's no like particular building technique on it, but it's just this the phrasing, the style. It's just like, I can't date the wall. It's got no fashion sense. It's my God. Will they not stop killing and summoning him? But anyway. Christ, they've done it yet again. Kill me. But anyway, it's very funny. It's very good and educational. So I highly recommend them. Also, Outshift X over on YouTube. Like him. I'm glad you've returned safely, Kurganoch. While it may not look like it now, you've proven to be a tremendous asset in the protection of Anvilmar. Here, take this as a symbol of my gratitude. How did you have his belt? Sure. Slightly different color. The presence of a fire elemental here in Coldridge is no small matter. The earthquake did more than us upset a bunch of trogs, changed the world enough to tear a gash into the elemental plane. We should submit a report to Ironforge. You wouldn't be willing to take a trip, would you? Don't worry. I have a feeling that you'll do just fine. Talk to Hans Sprocket? Or Springs Sprocket? Spring Sprocket. By the tunnel on the eastern edge of the valley, he'll point you in the right direction. Somehow an earthquake tore a hole to the elemental planes. Shit. Then again, this is like a Deathwing, like, wrecking shit, so it's not just any normal earthquake. They just don't know what's exactly happening yet. Remember what was happening with the Goblin place? Deathwing was flying around. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So, yeah, I suppose we can cut it some slack. It's not like just every time there's an earthquake, boom! Oh shit! Elemental fucking portals. Oh, I found a new place to go to the toilet. Elemental plane of fire, welcome to the elemental plane of shit. So, anyway, also I now have Power World Shield, which allows me to shield a target for 15 seconds, absorbing 121 damage, preventing damage from delaying spellcasting. And unlike Smite, it affects, I can target someone else, like you. There. I have a tiniest bit of extra health. Okay. To Ironforge? Well, first you need to go through Kharanos, and before that you'll have to go through this tunnel. Alright, so you're just gonna head through this tunnel and... Wow! Did you just see that? The whole cave just crumbled like that. I guess it's good you got here when you did and not a minute earlier. Well, this development makes my job of monitoring the cave entrance much easier. Imagine makes it a lot harder for you to get to Kharanos. Hey, wait, I have an idea. The Normagan airmen have a flight pad not far from here. I'll send up a signal, and they should be over here to help. And they should be here to help. I imagine they'll land over. I imagine they'll land back over at Anvilmar. My God, I cannot read today. Okay, so I'll just take a stroll down here, and we can get a lift to Kharanos. There, I will be calling it quits. There's a reason for that. Like I said, I didn't have much time to record today, so I'm just gonna call quits and go get some sleep. So yeah. Milo Gear Twinge reporting for duty. You sent up a distress signal. The weight limit of my gyrocopter is such that I only have enough room for one dwarf. Looks like you're in luck. Kurganoch. I never forgot the name, how to pronounce the name I made up, and it's even pronounced as you spell it. Kurganoch. Kurganoch. Or Kurganoch. Either way works, I'm sure. That dwarf woman Jonah told me that most of your personal belongings have been moved inside Anvilmar. Please gather up what you'll need. Finish up any affairs that remain, and return to me when you're prepared.
Very good.
So a Cold Ridge beer flagon, a ragged wolf hide cloak, and leftover boar meat. Oh, I remember all the stuff I got earlier. They left some to one side for me. Though I also notice I don't have that email here. Sorry, not email, message here saying like you know, from that weaponsmith. You remember the goblin thing? Yeah, don't have anything to do with that. Also, she's a quest? What does she want?
How are you?
You're leaving. Make sure you stock up before you head out. More importantly, please speak to Talk Blackstone once you arrive in Kharanos. Tell what has happened here in Coldridge, and that we could use some assistance. Hopefully we'll be able to arrange something for us.
You're back.
So. Yeah, they kinda need someone to mind the way out there. Because I doubt they can just keep gyrocoptering in supplies. Like they said, there's a weight limit on that. So, yeah.
What's on your mind?
Alright.
Greeting.
Are you, sorry, one for the road, warmer than it looks, and why does it taste so much better the day after? Are you certain you've taken care of everything? You won't have time to turn back. Took you long enough. Hold on tight and take a good hard look. Chances are you won't be coming back here for quite some time.
Alright.
That's actually indeed true. You can't come back here until level 60. Or whenever, well, 60 at the earliest. Whenever you have a flying mount and a flight master's license, so you can find Azeroth. Anyway, static. Is this thing on? Hello? Ah, there you are. Figured that while you're flying to Kharanos, I'll give you some data about what's going on outside of Coldridge. It seems you Coldridge folks are dreadfully underinformed about the events of the last few days. If you thought you had problems with trolls in Coldridge, wait till you get to Kharanos. The big cataclysm got the trolls all stirred up out here. Anything else? And if you look to your left, you'll see that the gnomes have retaken Normagan. Hooray for us! By retaking Normagan, they've set up shop outside. And anyone going in and out, well, going out has to be decontaminated. Some soldiers have even turned into piles of goop with their armors floating inside. Because of the radiation. But anyway. There's plenty else going on out here too. We've opened up a path to the airport. There's rumors of dark irons in the east. Oh, and I think something weird is going on with that dwarf king Magni. Might want to check it out. The airport pre-Cata used to be sealed off. No one could access it. Now it's been opened up. There was a way to glitch your way up there, and then you could fall down to the tram. You know, that underground thing between Ironforge and Stormwind. You could fall down there apparently. I remember reading that on the wiki, but anyway. And here we are. Welcome to Kharanos. Watch your step on the way out. Poor troll plow. At least the old gal went out doing something she loved. Wait, what? Coldridge Valley? I've got my own problems here. What? They can't deal with a couple of trogs? And trolls and incursions from the elemental plane? Actually, on second thought, that's kind of a lot. I'm surprised they're doing as well as they are. I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Fuck you too, mate. Pilot stone gear. Troll plow. Was troll plow the one over here? I have honestly no idea. And jack-o'-lantern. Would love if this was the thumbnail for one of the videos, but I've total control over what becomes a thumbnail and what doesn't. Suppose I could take a screenshot and hope it's small enough for YouTube. Also, there's ways of compressing things, but I don't know how to do that. So anyway, we'll just get a request here. Ragnar Thunderbrew. Nothing my tavern patrons enjoy more than beer-based boar ribs. And the problem is, the local trapper who used to bring me supplies enlisted in the King's army to help with the war on the Alliance front. Maybe you can help me out. If you bring me some boar ribs in a Rhapsody malt from the tavern here, I'll give you the family recipe for my famous beer-based boar ribs, not to mention a free sample. Secrets in the malt. which you don't need to